Hello, Stingrays. Welcome to this presentation on how to build a college list. Today we'll cover where to start, reach schools, match schools, safety schools, and some additional things to consider. For the first is where to start. It's important to remember the basis for why you're even going to college. You're pursuing a higher education to get into a career field that you're interested in. And that career field may require a certain degree. And so you're attending college to obtain a degree to get you into a career field that you're interested in. So the very first thing is that the college you attend must, or plan to attend, must offer the degree that you're planning to obtain. When you're doing your research, you want to make sure that the colleges on your list actually offer this degree. Now, for students who are unsure, because there are certainly a category of students who really are not sure what degree they plan to obtain. Maybe because the career field you're interested in has a wide variety of degrees that would get you into that career, or potentially because you're not yet sure what career path or career field you want to go into. And so for students who are in this category, it would either be wise to research and plan to apply to colleges, universities that have a wide variety of degrees offered, so that once you finished your general studies, you would be able to roll into a degree and there would be many to choose from. Or give yourself a little bit more time and consider a state college. Those first 2 years of school, obtaining your AA, your associate's degree, are really just general studies, and they're typically less expensive at state colleges. This would buy you some time to have some exposure to different curriculum in college and maybe some different opportunities, and help you narrow down your path. Okay, so what's next? Determining the number of colleges to apply to. There's sort of 3 different college list categories, or categories that you could list colleges under in terms of helping you to determine how many should I really be applying to. Reach schools, match schools, and safety schools. So a reach school means it's a school that it would maybe be a reach for you to get into. Your GPA falls below the mid-range GPA and test scores for students who are being accepted into that college. So not totally outside of the realm of possibility, but you fall below. It would be a reach. Safety schools are ones in which you fit squarely in the mid-range GPA and test scores. So you match the profile of student who is being accepted into that school. And a safety school is one that your GPA and test scores fall above the profile of students who's being accepted. So it's a safe bet that you will probably be admitted into that school. So you should apply to maybe 1 or 2 reach schools. The College Board and other college counseling experts recommend about 1 to 2. If your entire college list was reach schools, then that might be very disappointing if you don't get any acceptances back. So it's not the wisest use of your resources when applying to college. We should be looking at 1 to 2 reach schools. We should be looking at about 3 to 5 match schools. These are the schools we have a really good chance of getting into. And 1 to 2 safety schools. So these are schools that we're probably a shoo-in for. So some other things to consider outside, let's say you've got a really large college list, maybe 16 or more schools. A good number would be somewhere between 4 and 10. And so if you've got more than that and you're trying to figure out maybe what we can cut from the list, there's some other factors to consider. Cost is definitely a big factor to consider. Is this a public versus a private school? In-state or out of state? Will you be able to pay or get enough scholarship money or grant money to help you pay and offset the cost of going to this school? Also, large schools versus smaller schools can have different prices. Even if it's the same, it's a public school, some of the bigger schools can charge more money per credit hour, and so it's more expensive to attend that college. The location of that college. Is it really far away, like completely on the other side? You know, maybe it's on the West Coast. Do you not want to be that far away? Or would you like to be far away? Is it out of state? Is it close to home? Is that important to you to stay close to home? Maybe not too close to home, but also not so far away that you can't come back and visit. And then the geography. So if you're considering somewhere out of state, does it snow there? Is that something that you would want to deal with? And again, these are things that are maybe luxury items, right? So when it comes to creating that college list, if you're right there at 10, you may not have to consider some of these additional factors. But if we're narrowing down a list, these are some of the things that we can actually think about. The size of the college. Do we want to be at a smaller college that has smaller class sizes, or maybe a large college with a bustling campus, a lot of things going on? Also, in the size of the college and the size of the town, is the university might be a very large university, but that entire town that university is primarily college students. Or would you want to be in a big university that's in a large city where there's a lot more going on than just the college? Extracurriculars. So what type of opportunities are there for student engagement and networking? A sports team, for example, like maybe there's a football team or basketball teams. Maybe that doesn't matter to you at all. Maybe there are some great partnerships that the school has established with the local community to help you get internships and jobs, things like that. And then off-campus life. What will your life be like there? Will you have to commute to campus, or would you be able to live on or very near to campus where you could ride a bus or ride your bike or even walk to class? Is the town, again, mostly a college town or a big city? Will you be able to find a job while you're there if you need one? So there are a lot of things to consider when narrowing down your college list. And one thing I want to leave you with, this quote by Drake, that sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. Go Stingrays.